Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Javy Baez goes to Detroit. A bunch of other people go a bunch of places. And we're coming near the deadline. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake in California. We got Trevor Plouffe, and behind the dish, producer BBD. Baseball slowed down a little bit. We did the surprise episode with Seager and with Robbie Ray, and some hobby happened, and then a flurry of one-year signings happened, and we still have a couple more hours on the clock today. It might explode some more. We'll go over the hobby, we'll go over the flurry of signings, and then we'll go over the possible explosions to come. Jake, how are you doing today?
James, Trevor, King, BBD, everyone live in the chat, Santa Claus, all the turkeys out there. Hope you're doing well. We're up against it. I'm interested to see, are we going to get a little more punch? Like, you know, a lot of the big Jays are getting off their Freddie Freeman tweets, think mostly for engagement. At the same time, I think we talked about it last time, like, if I'm Freddie and I see all these guys getting the bag, I would like to have mine before Christmas this year. So I'm really interested to see, because originally the beat writers thought that there wouldn't be a lot of action today because guys are still supposed to do physicals and, like, you got to get the actual contract done and signed and everything. So I'm interested to see if we get a little more pump and go. Speaking of, Trev, how are you?
James, Jacob, Big Dong, chat, what's up? Everything is good. You got me thinking, man. All these deals. Say there's some deals go down today.
Yeah.
Okay? Pending physical, obviously. They'll all be pending physical. If you're a guy that signs a deal today for 9 figures and you have to wait for a physical for a month, what do you do with yourself? Do you just sit at home? Like, do you risk working out? I wouldn't. I'd be lifting very, very cautiously. What a crazy time we're living in. Crazy days. A lot of stuff to talk about today. I know you said baseball kind of slowed down a little bit. I think we got some topics today. Baseball's still a little bit of, you know.
Well, it was going at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swim Dude in the chat had a good thought, Jake. Like, if the Braves announce Freddie signing today, they'll make a lot of money on his jersey for Christmas. You know?
I don't think that's how it works. I think that's all shared.
Yeah, that's true. That's how the Marlins won in 1998. Not eight.
And that's what we're going to deep dive into today.
Yeah.
People forget where Freddie's from.
Instead of free agents, we're going to do a deep dive into Jack McKeon's life and career. That's probably what's on MLB Network right now. Freddie's from Cali, we know.
Boing.
Dodgers, Yanks. How are
Freddie
you doing, Jim?
Grew up in Cali.
What's up with you,
Heart
dude?
and Soul's from Indiana, as everyone knows. Nothing. I'm good. I'm excited. Back in the office. What are you drinking out of that?
Water.
For some reason, I thought it was going to be so much cooler.
I got some in my tooth that I was trying to get out with the water.
Yeah,
I didn't want to get in there.
Okay.
So that's why I was drinking it weird.
Let's talk about Javy Baez. 6 years, $140 million with an opt-out after the second year? That's all the rage right now.
Yeah.
Giving the guy the chance to opt out. We'll give you a ton of money, and we'll let you opt out if you think you can go get more, because we don't care at that point. Baez will also have limited no-trade protection, allowing him to block trades to 10 teams each year. I love that. Print his list, share it, let us dissect it, and understand who he hates. It's actually usually you do a no-trade to teams that you want to go to. It's a little reverse, unless you're Matt Holliday. And he doesn't want to go to Oakland. That's the only team he puts on his list. It's the second largest free agency deal in Tigers franchise history. First is Prince Fielder. I did not know that fun factoid, that it's the second largest when you had Dombro. But I guess everything goes up. So 6 years, 140. What's the math on that? 20? 22, 23 a year.
Let's go BBD. Let's go BBD.
I was literally just looking at something that has the actual number.
Unreal.
23.
23.3.
23 mil a year. So if he thinks if he opts out and thinks he can go get more, it's a 2-year, $23 million deal. Or 46. Anyway, it's brought to you by Roman. You got to be Roman ready. Javy Baez, one of the most Roman ready players you'll ever see. Torqued up all the time, plays hard, nonstop, a grinder, will get down and dirty on the field. If you want that ability, you have to go to GetRoman.com/Talkin now to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get $15 off your month of treatment. Whether you're in a relationship for years, Jake, who just got engaged, and if it wasn't for the ability to be Roman ready, probably she says no.
Yeah.
Or you're on a first date and you just want to be prepared in case it goes right, or whatever right means to you. You got to be Roman ready. And if you're a little worried about it, call him up. Get checked out. See what's going on. Thoughts?
My fiance likes when I get a boner.
No, well, that don't
Like
don't
1% of the
yeah,
time.
like I
Like
get to say it
1% of the
blanketly like
time.
that. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of times she's like, no.
No.
That's true.
Often.
I'm washing the dishes, Jake. Get out of
Often.
here.
I actually am pretty sure I sold some Roman subscriptions
Huge.
the other night. I went out to dinner. I was talking about boner pills, and
It's your new job.
yeah, I think I did a great job. And I'd be surprised if there wasn't some JOMBOY codes being put into Roman.com, GetRoman.com.
Bam. Go to GetRoman.com/Talkin today, and if you're prescribed, you get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this fall or winter, and be Roman ready. Javy Baez, geared up to play in Detroit. It gets cold there, but he played in Chicago, so he knows all about that. What do you think? Were you surprised? We thought Detroit was going to be in on Correa. Maybe they still are. Maybe it's a Rangers situation. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
You like this? Trev, you were saying you like this move.
I do like the move. And I'm probably not supposed to say this because I'm on the player's side. I've made that very clear. Everyone knows that. But for an organization like the Tigers, who have been kind of, getting their farm system ready and now have some of those guys like breaking down the door to the big leagues, talking about Torkelson, Riley Green, some of the pitchers are already there, obviously. I don't think it's smart to be put into a 10-year deal with somebody right now. And I think they realize that they want to have some financial flexibility. So you go out and give 6 years to Baez on a less AAV, and you kind of get what you want for the foreseeable future out of him anyway. Like, they needed to improve their defense. It's exactly what Javy Baez brings. I mean, do you call him defense first? Like, I know he can hit a little bit, streaky, strikes out a lot, but he's a defensive guy. So I think they said, you know what? Let's go out and address some near-term needs. And then that way we can make another decision when our guys are up and producing the way we think they're going to produce. I think that was the thought process.
Yeah, it's tough to call Javy glove first. I mean, he's got one Gold Glove in the bag, but he's got three of his last 4 seasons. The last 3 full seasons, his OPS ended in the 8s. Two of those seasons mid to high 8s. So he goes to the Mets and does pretty well in his time there. How much did that help boost his value? And we talk so much about timing of free agency. What if Javy was a free agent last year after he played 59 games and had a 599 OPS? Instead, he had one more year, and he does Javy Baez things. I mean, his stat line this year is kind of what you'd expect, and man, good for him. I mean, I think a lot of people that write articles and some front offices, I think Javy was the nervous guy this free agency. There was definitely a world where this free agency ended where teams were just going to try to 1-year Javy. A lot of big name people were talking about that, like still in that 25 mil type range, but teams were going to try to 1 mil him because they're kind of scared he doesn't get on base. et cetera, et cetera. He gets the bag. I think it was the extension that was rumored he asked the Cubs for, so he ends up getting what he wants. And, yeah, I mean, I think he's one of the big winners of this free agency because I think if this lockout, wasn't coming up, I think teams would have done more exploring their options, and Detroit would have wanted to wait to see where Correa's final price tag lands. Instead, they go out and get their dude. So good for Javy, good for the Tigers. And, yeah, it's interested to see, and we could say this about literally every team, but how much more do they have, whether small moves, medium moves, or big moves? Because there's guys in that lineup. Everyone loved Akil Baddoo. Shout out to our guy Fuzzy. Robbie Grossman is a MLB guy. Javy, Torkelson's supposed to get the call. That lineup still needs a little something, and how much of those pitchers take the leaf. But, dude, you just got a mainstay up the middle. And Trev, maybe the better point is with Javy, like, let's say next free agency comes up or two free agencies and there is a shortstop that they like, Javy could move to second at some point. Like, he can do that. He did that for the Mets. So, dude, good for Javy.
They have guys they like. I was looking at their roster, and I'm like, I don't know what we're looking at, but they picked up Scope, right? They like Jamer. I always say Heimer, but it's actually like Jamer Candelario. But do they like? I mean, they're with Miggy Cabs for like 2 more years. They just grabbed Barnhart, so they're close. And like, who are they competing with? The White Sox.
But I guess that would be the thing. If you still put this Detroit roster next to the White Sox roster, I think it's
absolutely. But they're in a division that kind of is going to get funky. I like the move, and I really don't know what it does for Correa's suitors. Who's going to give him $300 million for 10 years? Astros, Yankees, Dodgers. Probably not the Dodgers. Phillies, like, are they going to go that big? I don't know.
Yeah, Trev, we kind of did this on Talkin' Yanks a little bit yesterday because obviously a hot topic there, but it's down to Story and Correa. Like, do you think where are you at? Correa is the bigger question because Jimmy said this the other day. Like, I think everyone's in on Story. Like, I think everyone's waiting to see where that price tag is. Not everyone, but kind of those teams you just mentioned. Correa, that's another step. I mean, he's going to get the biggest contract, or at least the biggest AAV.
It's going to be close to
It's got to be
Seager's.
a big boy.
Yeah, it's interesting because, the Rangers go out and take 2 of his competitors off the market. So you think that's a great thing for him. And then you start to really think about, what team – obviously there's teams that need shortstops. Like, teams need a guy like this. But which one of these teams is going to spend like that is the question. He's still going to get paid. Someone's going to pay. Is he gonna set the market again? I don't know, man. Like, he should. Like, theoretically, he should. But like you're saying, like, the list of teams that is willing to go that long and that much, commit that much money, is kind of short.
Yeah,
and that's not what you need. But I mean, honestly, look, you said this on the show before. You only need 2 teams to be bidding against each other. That's it. And sometimes all you need is John Heyman to throw a tweet out there. So I think he's still going to get the bag, but I think it's going to take a little bit more work than he thought. He might be waiting into February.
That's what we said. I think Correa. So I was looking at who his agents are, and it's kind of a new agency. Agents that have been around the game, but they don't have their clients that they list are Shreve, Turnbull, Garrett Whitlock, and Carlos Correa. So if this is it's WME baseball. So if they're trying to plant their flag as a new baseball agency, they wouldn't want to get Correa some sort of record setting somehow, whether it's AAV or it's years or it's guaranteed or it's no opt out or so many opt outs. Like, I don't know. They're going to want to plant their flag, is my guess, since this is their first big get as an agency, and you want to get more guys to come. And that's why I think that we might get to February, and Correa's still out there playing games and shaking leaves and seeing what falls.
I think I'm really interested to see. We'll see what happens in the next 12 hours. We'll see if there's a lot of moving and shaking. It doesn't feel like Correa is going to get done. Hope I'm wrong. Would be some juicy stuff to talk about. But yeah, I really wonder where it lands. Because like we said, a lot of the big boys still haven't made their move. Whether you're talking Yankees, Dodgers, I think that's when everyone thinks the money. Those are the two teams you jump to. Red Sox are supposedly in on shortstops. Do they fly in kind of over the radar? Him and Correa back at it. That'd be fun. There's a lot of big money teams that haven't really started to spend yet. So I think Correa, like you're saying, Trev, you need two to really make it happen. There's going to be two teams. You wonder if the Dodgers really want to get funky. They have Trey Turner. They have Gavin Lux, and it's Justin Turner's last year. Could they do something funny where could Correa play a little third base for a year, kind of Machado it? I don't know. I think he is going to have options. He just won the Platinum Glove. He hits. He's young. He's got the formula. But yeah, I think it's gonna take time.
Yeah, I think teams can get creative. Like especially now, if we have some sort of lull, which we're expecting in free agency, I think teams can start to think about, okay, what can we do? What more can we do? If they're really not going to be talking to players or doing anything, like that's all they're going to be doing is, all right, let's think about when we come out of this, what's our move going to be? And a few of these teams could probably talk themselves into Correa. I mean, you could talk yourself into bringing Correa to Seattle. Yeah, I know you have JP Crawford, but I think you'd be willing to move JP somewhere if you brought in a player like Correa. So there's teams like that can sneak into the picture as we, go into this holiday season. I mean, anybody could come in. The Blue Jays can come in. There's a lot of teams with money to spend, and Correa fits on any team. It doesn't matter who you have at shortstop. Like, everyone values flexibility now and the ability to play different positions. You can move someone for a guy like Correa. So I think we're going to see teams that maybe we're not thinking of right now, but because they have so much time to sit around and do roster stuff, like there's going to be some other suitors maybe who are kind of right now considered outside the box. He'll have suitors.
Let's go Texas Rangers.
Pick him up.
Oh my
Seager
God.
to third.
Please.
Simeon at second.
Trade your pitching too and get first baseman.
Freddie Freeman.
Done.
Yeah.
Rangers. Hello.
Ready to go.
Wake up.
Let's move to these flurry of one-year deals and small stuff that happened. The first one on my list is that Paxton signed a 1-year, $10 million deal with Boston. So, good for Paxton.
I'll do a little quick. I mean, Paxton on the Yanks. We got to see a good amount of him. Fun guy when he's right, kind of not when he's wrong. I know that's rude, and you could say that for a lot of players, but he kind of, I know he's Canadian, but when Paxton was having a bad time on the mound, he kind of turns into a frumpy moose. When he's locked in, though, he's nasty. And hey, the Javy Baez.
What kind of animal is he when he's locked in?
An angry moose.
Know that video of the moose running down like a mountain, and it's like, holy crap! You forget moose can run like that. We'll get it on the screen.
Up your moose video.
Up
intake.
your moose vids.
Yeah, I think my moose video intake is that.
And you'll get lost, man. They're so big and fast. It's crazy.
I talked about Javy Baez's hitting free agency timing. Man, James Paxton just missed the boat, man. Are you looking at the moose vid?
No, I'm looking at Trevor's stats against James Paxton.
Okay.
So 0 for 5, 3 Ks, but the two not strikeout outs, you've reached on 2 errors against him.
Hard hit.
So you just make people, you make
nervous.
that ball dance off of him.
Make people nervous.
E8, line drive,
You know what it is?
and an E5.
You guys know I don't like tall pitchers. You guys know that.
Never have.
High
Never
release
have.
point, too.
And now I don't either.
Yeah.
But, no,
Yeah,
seriously, if James Paxton, after 2019, hit free agency, where the past 3 years before that, he had 81 starts, a 3.54 ERA, look at the contracts that are going on. So the fact that Big Game James has to 1 year, it is kind of tough. But, hey, man, he's a fun – if you get 25 starts out of him, I think you're going to, at the end of the day, have a nice season because he can be gross.
Yeah, he's also got a lot of injury stuff going on. I mean, he got injured in 2020. He came back at the end of it. No, they started late. He got injured and was gone. He tried to work his way back. The Mariners signed him. I think he threw 1 inning or 1.1 innings and then got injured. So it's a 10-year kind of flyer deal for Paxton. I'm glad he found a home. We'll see. He had Tommy John, right?
Can we
get
not
Tommy
call
John?
him
You're
Big Game James.
You get Tommy John, you're guaranteed $10 million.
It's people are dreaming on you at that point. This is what's going to happen with the Carlos Correa market. The same thing happens with teams, the guys off TJ. Like, oh, we can dream that he's going to be good and fit our roster, and he's kind of cheap.
Get Tommy John, you get $10 million to rehab. It's awesome.
Has Cole Hamels signed for $1 million yet somewhere?
It's going to be a lot more than that.
Remember Cole Hamels' agent?
Cole's getting $10 million. I don't know how.
And he won't even show up.
No.
It'd be like the Guardians one.
He'll have some contract like if like the lockout goes past February 20th, he's not going to show up, but he gets the money still, and then he'll get another $1 million. He's the best agent in the history of sports. Rays made some moves. They got Corey Kluber, 1 year, $8 million with a bunch of additional bonuses. They also traded Joey Wendle to the Marlins. They brought G-Man Choi back, and there are talks that they're shopping Kiermaier. So the Rays are doing a bunch of stuff.
I think they also signed Brooks Raley.
It's a good fit.
Trev, your guy Joey Wendle.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see, the free agency stuff. He's not a free agent until 2024. They needed some room on the roster. I know that, and they have some guys at their high-level minor league teams that are ready. So I guess it was time. This is such a Rays move. Good player. Let's trade him when he's still good, and that's it.
You guys aren't upset that he's just such not a Miami guy?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You asked Joey Wendle if he wants to go out, and he says, what city? And you say, Miami. It's an instant no. It's bottom of the list.
I think Miami is one of those cities I don't think anybody says no to. Now, if you're in Chicago, it's good, but not like Miami. I think Joey would say no in Chicago, but Miami might bring out the freaking old Joey Wendle.
Okay.
The freaking Joey Wendle's when he reads his bedtime story real fast to his kids.
If Joey Wendle puts the cat scratch in his eyebrows, we know the game is on.
We're gonna have to talk to Miggy Rowe, Chris Rowe's rotation, and we're gonna need a pick of Miggy Rowe, Jazz Chisholm, the Marlins swag crew, and Joey Wendle and his Brooks brothers.
Should tell Miggy Rowe about turn the lights off and throw tacks on the shower floor. That's how Joey Wendle grew up. That's how he. Some people might not know that's a true story. He said in an interview that his brothers would turn the lights off while he was showering and throw tacks on the shower floor. He grew up tough. That's why he doesn't wear batting gloves.
Good for Joey Wendle. Good for the Marlins. I mean, he can play second, third. He gives you kind of a show at bat. Marlins need more of that. Going back to the Rays, dude, I just opened Brooks Raley's Baseball Savant, and we're all fucked.
Exactly.
Goodness.
2 years, too.
100 on the average exit velo, 92 fastball spin, 95 curve spin, 100 on hard hit percentage. Brooks Raley, if you're buy that Brooks Raley stock while you can, because he's going to be filthy. And the Kluber, I'm really interested to see a little bit of a roller coaster Kluber year for the Yankees. It kind of just depends how much he's out there. Interested to see what those Rays computers tell him. Clicking over to his Baseball Savant, and some of his numbers are good, and they're going to put him in the laboratory and try to get their 130 innings out of him.
Computer to computer, just peer to peer. Kluber to the Rays, he just plugs right in. Yeah, it's not even a question. We already talked about him though.
Yeah. Alex Cobb, another pitcher. We met him once.
Yeah.
You probably met him multiple
You guys
times.
did meet him.
We met him once. It's a nice little chat. Spring training. 2 years, $20 million. Giants. This their Gossman replacement. Sinker baller.
The splitter. It's the splitter organization. They're zagging when everyone's zigging. Everyone wants a nice cutter slider, top of the zone heater, and the Giants like, nah, we'll just go with the splitter. Kind of like it.
Dude, Alex Cobb was so good. Like, what, 2 years in a row? And then I don't know what happened. I think he was one of those late signees that year when everyone signed late and didn't get to play in April, and then
Lance.
And then didn't get off, and then injured, and then I just don't know if he's found it again. But his last year was
He had a pretty good year last year.
yeah, only 18 starts. Did he get injured or did he start injured? I don't know. But I mean his years on the Rays. 2013, 2014, 2.76 ERA, 22 starts, 2.87 ERA, 27 starts. And he was really good.
People are in on Cobb. I think there's a lot of good advanced numbers there, like you were saying with the split, Trev. And I think, organizations, I've talked a lot about the San Francisco Giants coaching staff. Yeah, man. I mean, this guy's a veteran who's still got good stuff, and I think you put that into whatever salad dressing the Giants are having right now. I think Cobb is primed.
What?
Cobb is primed. A Cobb salad.
I know you're making a Cobb salad reference. I was there with you, but
I'm not a fan of Cobb salads.
I didn't plan on.
yeah,
making
isn't
a
it
Cobb
ranch
salad
dressing?
reference.
I hate ranch dressing. I hate ranch dressing.
Cali boy Trevor Plouffe hates ranch dressing. Go click on that.
I think it's disgusting.
Yahoo News
I think
article.
it's disgusting.
I agree with you, Trev.
A guy like Cobb, he's really smart. I don't know. Where did he go to college? Did he go to college? No, out of high school. Vero Beach High School.
Notably dumb high school.
That's a sex high school.
I think so too.
Those high school kids have a lot of sex.
And yeah, they have like beautiful hair and like it's always a little bit sandy.
Yeah.
He's smart though. You talk to him, and I think if you're a pitcher now and you got some brain, like some real brain, you can improve yourself like quickly. Like with all the information and data that's held now, like you can make improvements very fast. I think you put Alex Cobb up there in San Francisco, I'd put the chance at like 70% that he repeats the season that he had last year. Maybe 85% chance, something like that. I think they're banking on that.
Huge.
You think the thickness of the marine layer just helps the split finger guys a lot?
You know, Kai Correa has been searching.
Getting pushed down by the fog.
What's the Giants' rotation right now? Webb, DeSclafani, Wood, Cobb, and Beatty. So they might be in on one more guy.
You guys want to know some other Vera Beach alum?
Yes.
Terry Taylor, James Stewart, Eric Smith. It's a lot of NFL players. Jake Owen, the country music singer.
Wow.
Yeah. Kenny Holmes.
Sex.
Dale Dawkins.
More sex.
And Jade Cargill.
Was Marty Fish an alum of Vero Beach High?
Yes, Marty Fish is an alum of Vero Beach High.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my friend. He's always palling around with Jake Owen, and that's how they know each other.
Yeah, I wonder if professional tennis player Marty Fish has a lot of sex.
No.
Trev's Fantasy Football League, Marty Fish.
Braves got Kirby Yates. It's a good name. It's a 2-year deal. No one's got anything on this one?
Nobody wants
I'm battling lawnmowers right now, so I'm just trying to keep the audio clean here. Kirby Yates, I like this signing. Come on, man.
Did he get TJ in spring training?
Don't remember what injury it was specifically, but he missed a lot of time. I think.
Remember how good he was in 2019 before the world changed?
Yeah.
And has he been around? Like, we don't know. Post-pandemic Kirby Yates.
Jim, when we link you up with Anthopoulos,
Excuse me?
Braves GM,
Yes.
Alex Anthopoulos.
Yes.
This might be did he get TJ? He got very hurt. But maybe that second year is the JOMBOY buffer year. Like,
March 25th, he had Tommy John surgery.
So next year he comes out and, Kirby Yates will have some up and downs, and then they're banking on his 2023 to be Kirby Yates.
I think Anthopoulos is always a 1-year guy. Like he did Hamels.
A lot of 1-year deals.
I think he did
him,
Felix. And maybe he's like, maybe I did 2 years because
too.
some of the guys haven't done anything.
He's starting to get cocky.
Yeah.
He won the title.
Or
I'll
he's
give out
like,
guys 2 years.
I think that there's no such thing as a bad 1-year contract. I'm protesting that saying. I think there is such thing as a bad 1-year contract. If it stops you from making other moves and it doesn't work out, it's bad.
You're going on Corey Kluber last year to the Yankees. You're mad about that still, I believe.
Yeah, but there's just been other examples of signing a guy to 1 year who doesn't do anything because he got hurt, and maybe you could have allocated that money to another person or split it up or done else. Like I just think it's kind of a blanket statement that players have thrown around to get big money in 1 year.
It's tough to think of well, I could have done this. You could say that for every single move you ever make. So
yeah,
I believe in that. I believe in that statement. That there's really, I don't think it's 100% true, but 99% of the time, I think it is true.
What about Pirates? 1 year, $5 million. Catcher Roberto Perez.
Let's go. Got my Pirates clothes on.
I don't know how you can tell me that would hurt their franchise.
I don't know how it helped. Well, what are the Pirates doing?
I think Roberto.
You have to have players, James. You have to have players.
They traded
you have
Stallings.
to have a major league roster. Yeah, they traded their catcher.
I know you have to, but a lot of teams don't.
And isn't Roberto Perez the pitch framing king? So maybe this is to help some of their young pitchers get a couple more strikes, help them along.
This is
not a hitter, Bobby Perez.
I know a lot of these moves aren't sexy that we've seen, especially in the catcher's market, but it's hard to look at all the organizational top prospect lists. There's not a lot of catchers on those. Catchers are hard to come by, so that's why you see these guys play forever. Roberto Perez is going to continue to get deals for the foreseeable future, just because it's a tough position to find guys.
It is. It's really hard.
Last 76 games.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Jake's not going to read his stats on the last 76 games. It's rude. Don't do it.
Blue, if you would
read them.
Talking about batting stats?
If we gave you Bobby Perez's last 76 games at the plate, 271 plate appearances, you would dust them. 150.
So why don't you just learn how to catch, Trev?
155 batting average, 253 on base, 277 slug, 530 OPS.
Well, they all go up as you go.
That's true. Don't read them backwards. Don't read them backwards. It's tough to catch.
Speaking of, Yan Gomes, 2 years, $13 million to the Cubs. Good job by Yan.
Where's Wilson Contreras going to play next year?
DH or first base. Someone DM'd me, actually, and I have no reason to trust him at all, and I don't even know if I responded because I barely look at my Instagram DMs, but it was like this whole, a lot of insight on, it's not going to be impossible to find. There's a lot of insight on Contreras, and he was like, he's staying, don't read into the fact they're going to play him at first or wait for the DH, or I think
he's
idea.
Played some left field and stuff before.
Yeah.
There's a third-year club option on the Yan Gomes deal.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
Our guy Clint ended up there too, right?
Clint gets picked up by the Cubs. So what's his deal? They just pay what he would have gotten ARB, or?
I think it was 1 year, like $1.5 million with $1 million in incentives. So I think he was going to be close to $2.5 million in ARB.
Yeah.
So I don't know the incentives, but
don't know what the incentives are, and then he has 2 more years of ARB after that, where it'll get figured out. But
someone said, I can't believe the Yankees brought back Gary, but after these catcher talk, I mean, how can you not see how bad that position is across the league?
Treat catchers differently.
I cannot see how they didn't decide to lose him for nothing.
I mean, he's upper echelon catching stats
For a hitter.
for hitting wise.
Hitting
Yeah,
stats.
his defense wasn't a problem last year. It's been a problem at times, but catchers are bad, basically.
Yeah.
Like catchers are bad hitters. They're basically pitchers. Some people advocate for a second DH.
Yes.
Because that's how bad catchers as a position are at hitting. It's a very rare gem to find one who can.
That'd be kind of fun, right? If you just you get to hit for whatever position player you want, whether your catcher
Can add
stinks
another.
or your third baseman doesn't stink. That would get a better defender on the field. I'm kind of for that.
You can do that. Can't you? Or is that just like in high school?
I think that's in high school.
Like when Ohtani pitches and hits, can't they DH for the first baseman? Or is that just in high school?
I am reasonably
I thought
confident
they
that's
did
just
that-
high school.
I thought they might have did something like that once.
In high school,
Maybe it
you
was
can do
an NL
that.
game. But yeah, this is huge. Jakey rule changes, add another hitter. That gives me another fielder.
It gives the
And
Angels.
another
It
hitter.
gives the Angels a fun time when Ohtani pitches and hits, and then they DH for like. Suck to be that person. Who's the Angels catcher right now?
Stassy's mom.
DH or someone else? I don't know.
Wasn't Suzuki in Anaheim last year?
Kurt, your guy.
Totally wrong about that. Yeah, Kurt.
He's around.
I think that's the rest of the 1-year deals that we were going to talk about. They're not crazy. According to Matt Bettis, you can DH for anyone in MLB. I don't know. Haven't thought about it in a while. I have thought about my dugout mug. Jake's drinking out of one right now. Dugout Mugs gets the Silver Daisy Award for being the best gift for baseball fans. Dugout Mugs, they love us. They listen to every show. They wrote the Silver Daisy line, and Jake's drinking out of the silver medal dugout mug. Trev's got the knob shot. One of my favorite dugout mug products, the metal mug, the only metal bat on the market. If you're in search of a unique baseball gift, the metal dugout mug is a solution. Make sure to grab 2 or 3 or 4 knob shots because no one likes to drink alone. They're giving our fans the best deal on the internet, even though they're almost sold out of all their Christmas inventory. They are. They said they wouldn't give any other podcast or group of people a better discount than our audience has because we love them so much. They like us so much. They have over 18,000 5-star reviews, so this gift is a no-doubter for every baseball fan. Use code JOMBOY at dugoutmugs.com to get 30% off site-wide before they sell out.
Sell out.
Speaking of sellouts, Freddie Freeman is in a Brave still. He's trying to go get much money. All he cares about is his money.
What's his deal?
Freaking sellout. Thought he was born in Atlanta. That's how people treat musicians.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah, that
weird?
doesn't make any sense.
Isn't that weird? People treat like, I don't know, anyone.
That's you want to know why that happens? It's because we do love when someone stays with a team his whole career. Like it's endearing. We talk about every single time that happens. Like we love it. But like that's like the anomaly. Like that's not real life. Like especially for a guy like Freddie, he better be getting wined and dined by everybody right now, man. You only get this chance once.
Well, he could go today.
Sometimes twice.
He's reportedly looking for 6 years, $180 million. Who's his agent? Excel?
I don't know. That sounds very affordable to me for Freddie Freeman. 6 years, 180. I'm in. Like, sign me up.
And we
I'll
talked,
sign him.
we talked a little shortstop market and also the pitching market. And Max Scherzer, everyone was like, Scherzer was kind of a perfect storm. Like, gross, nasty career, awesome. And he had the Mets and their billionaire owner, a CBA contract coming up, the Dodgers and the Giants in on him. Like, he had the perfect storm to go get that big-ass AAV. Freddie kind of has that, right? Like, who knows if the Yankees are actually asking questions? They should be. Like, I guess we keep doing this fan view of like, well, Freddie's got to go back to the Braves. I hope as hell the Yankees are looking into Freddie Freeman. The
He doesn't
Dodgers,
have to go back there.
Yankees,
That's the
Dodgers,
thing.
Braves. Like Freddie, that price tag just keeps going up, man. He's gonna get more than 180.
One
I
of the
think.
more unique uniform wearers in MLB. Which uniform
Yes.
can you not picture him? All the teams you just said, I pictured him in the way he wears it, how it falls on him, and it all worked. There's got to be some out there that would just not work. Angels, all red. Like, would that just not jive with his way? Marlins. He could,
He's such like he's just the uniform for Freddie to me like doesn't even come into like picture. I'm talking about how he wears it. He's not like a good uni guy,
no, that's what I'm saying.
in my opinion.
But I think that's
so. I
kind
think
of the
I think
trick.
he'd go anywhere and just like blend in.
Like you get so distracted by the way he wears his uniform.
The tight Under Armour sleeves. It's just It's tough. Like only he can pull that off, I guess.
I love it.
Like is he pulling it off? Is the other question.
If Freddie
because he's
was-
good.
Yes, if Freddie was
Exactly.
bad,
I was
it's
just gonna
because
say
he's
if he
good at
was a bad
defense.
player, like what are you doing?
If he wasn't good at defense at first, he couldn't. It wouldn't fit.
What a stud. I hope he went to Nobu in Malibu, took him to Delilah afterwards, really wined and dined him out here in LA. I would love to see him as a Dodger. That'd be something, man. Braves fans would be hurt with that one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he signs or doesn't. Chris Bryant, Stroman, Chris Taylor, Trevor Story, Castellanos, Kenley Jansen, Kershaw, Rizzo, Rodon, Kyle Schwarber, Greinke. Just reading your notes here. Corey Knievel and Colin Little Penis McHugh all have not signed.
just reading notes.
Just reading the notes in front of me.
Just reading the notes. Muted.
They could go tonight. They could. We might have to wait 2 months. Trev, which one jumps out to you the most?
I am muted. Hold on.
Not
Jake,
anymore.
you need to give your thoughts. You
I'm
need to
gonna
give your thoughts,
I've been
Jake.
thinking about giving my thoughts, so I'll do that.
You know what? Let me run it back. I'm going to throw it to Jake this time.
Huge.
Colin, Little Penis McHugh. Jake, which one?
Here's-
Just edit that in post. BBD.
That'll
so
just
it's
get edited
natural.
in post. I need one more big boy to drop tonight. I need that last shot before we go into the lockout. I don't know if it's Story, like Bryant. I feel like things have been a little quiet there. Castellanos, Marlins, roll it out for him. I've been telling you. Stroman, I think coming into this free agent market, I thought he was kind of going to be this year's Oda Rizzi. Like, deserves to get paid, but teams were going to wait out all the other pitching options.
He's
And
already on Seattle in my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
I have him on LA. But so Marcus Stroman to the West Coast. Congratulations.
Angels?
Yeah.
That's Orange County.
My bad.
Yeah.
That's on me. But yeah, give me some juice. Give me one more big boy. Does Story get it done before the deadline tonight? Not to be rude to Kershaw, kind of don't care. You kind of can't give an opinion because like he's gonna call his shot.
Kershaw should sign on March 1st.
Like, you going Dodgers, you going Rangers, Clayton. Let us know, babe. But yeah, give me one big boy. I'll even throw Chris Taylor in the mix. I just need that little last one more puff, Trev.
I think the high end guys aren't going tonight. I don't think there's going to be any more big signings. I think the cutoff might be a Chris Taylor. Someone might go sneak him in. I don't think anybody above that is going to go. I don't think Stroman's going to go. I don't think Correa or Freeman's going to sign tonight. I just don't see it happening. But I could just be completely wrong, and we could have a zillion signings. No, I'm not. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Okay. We didn't talk about Raisel Iglesias going to the Angels. 4-year deal for him. Locking up the pen down there. Cool.
Good for him.
He's
man.
great. That's an excellent signing for them. I like that they did that. He is, pairs up with Loop now. I can't believe we're saying like Loop has become this guy, and to me, it's still crazy to me. He had excellent career numbers, by the way. That's just all in my imagination. But Iglesias is a stud. Cuban, you guys know I love that.
Yes.
Love my Cuban ball players. And I said this this morning with Chris, like, doesn't walk anybody and he strikes guys out. What else do you need? Like,
Led
that's
the league in
swinging
games
stuff.
finished. Gibby on his
Like-
baseball reference.
Wow.
What else do you need?
No, he's
It's a great
great.
signing by them.
The Angels need to sign starters.
Yeah, they need starters. I agree with you. Stroman, I think, heads to the Angels. It just makes sense.
Tyler
They
Anderson.
need somebody.
Dude.
Why is what am I missing on Lorenzen? He was in the bullpen the last two
What do you mean?
seasons.
Did he get?
He wants to become a starter.
I think he
That's not
wants
going to happen.
to start. He might have been
Maybe a bulk
injured,
guy or something.
because I think he can still
I
do
don't know.
length. We'll see. I mean, he's probably a swing man for them in there. Raisel Iglesias is my number one. I don't know what pitch is coming. Pitcher in baseball.
Okay.
You know, just the few times I watched him pitch this year, and I was like, all right, here comes the wipeout slider, changeup. Here comes the changeup, heater. I've been wrong with every Raisel Iglesias pitch. I wouldn't be able to hit him. I'll admit that.
Okay. I mean, pretty even distribution, 34% four seam, 30% slider, 25% changeup. So
Look at
Nasty.
that.
adds up.
If the Angels add one pitcher, like I'm
Uh-oh.
willing to put them in like contention mode. If they add
Well-
Stroman, I'm like they can win the AL West.
Who do you like? You like Ohtani, obviously. Sandoval?
Stroman. Sandoval's a guy. Our good friend Jolly Olive
Yeah.
just did a great video on him, but people have been clamoring for him for quite some time. Griffin Canning. They're going to need some other people to step up for sure. Like, you can't just have Stroman and Ohtani being your two good starters. Like, one of those guys is going to have to step up and be a reliable number 3 for them. But they got a great offense, like some really big bats in that lineup, and then you have a bullpen that's shaping up to be quite nice.
I mean, a lot of people are probably like, they got Syndergaard, but like, it's his first year back after Tommy John. I just straight up, like, I will be happy if I'm wrong about that. It's nothing personal about Syndergaard at all. Just
And maybe more importantly with Syndergaard is, where is he at come October?
yeah. What
Does he look better? Does he look worse? Is he worn out? Is he
setbacks?
Has he been
I mean,
right?
Guys on their first year back after Tommy John, just historically, per the data, are not competitive full season pitchers.
I'm excited for TPP season when we put all these AL West teams on paper, because kind of what we were dancing around with the Texas Rangers. They signed those two massive guys, but like, I'd still go Angels over Rangers as of today.
Oh, I
Nate-
put them
Nate
in the
Steele's
same
in the
bucket of-
chat.
Yeah.
Our resident Angels super fan Nate Steele's in the chat telling me Griffin Canning's in the minor leagues. I know he was up and down last year, but isn't this one of the guys that he was telling us we have to watch out for?
It's a lot of Angels pitchers you got to look out for.
Look, guys are going to be up and down. Eventually, like, you either establish yourself or you don't. So, like, if he takes that step, it'd be great for them. I just am under the assumption that, like, he can do that according to our resident Angel superfan, Nate Steele. Now he's telling me something different. I don't know what's going on.
Reed Detmers. We'll see. Angels are going to throw a lot of
Detmers.
pitchers out there.
Is
Until
Detmers
somebody
left-handed?
clicks. I believe so. I think he had a good. Yes.
Depends what he's doing.
He's a left-handed
Yeah,
pitcher.
you're right about that,
Snaps a big old curve.
He kicks right-handed, though.
Oh. Das
I can't really
Movies.
kick. I think I can throw better than I can kick lefty.
I've got my years of soccer. Enjoyed your soccer breakdown, Jim. Duke, UCLA.
Shenanigans, huh?
I can kick decently lefty.
Okay. BBD can't.
I don't think I can.
Leave a comment in the YouTube chat. Can you kick decently with your off foot?
I can, like, control a soccer ball with my left foot, but when I go like a big, heavy kick, no way. I might miss.
You think you can make a field goal with your left foot from the 15-yard line?
It'd be close. I trained my left foot to do just enough on a soccer field.
Okay.
Like, get a cross in from the side. Like, my max kick.
I don't even think my body could understand it.
That was one of my few skill sets. On
I
the
thought
soccer
about
field.
the motions of trying to like kick a soccer ball hard with my left foot, and it was almost the same thing as me just saying like, let's try to speak French right now.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, it's just not in us. We haven't been trained.
I think if I just really tried, I could speak French just naturally.
Well, you're plouf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might require some sort of higher elevation.
Just you in front of a mic in front of the French government and just
I really just try hard.
1, bang.
One time I was hanging out with this illiterate girl, and I spoke perfect Spanish to her for one sentence. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
And we kissed on New Year's.
I have a
believe
cool
that
loser
story.
story. Not as good as that, obviously.
I told her I don't smoke cigarettes.
She ties like cigarettes. Kiss Jenny Nozzle once had a cigarette with her. When I was in Denver, didn't know a lot of people. This kind of extended group of friends. They were in a soccer league, and they were like, "Hey, we need one more." And I was like, "Hell yeah, coming through." Hadn't played soccer in years. Not very good at soccer. Step onto the field, like 10 seconds, get the ball, turn. I'm top of the box. Lefty, just let one rip. Top corner was so awesome.
You walk away?
One of the girls, the girl that knew me that invited me to the league, she was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "You have no idea how fucking lucky that was." I couldn't. That was a 1 out of 100. And then I was so exhausted. It was my first time sprinting at altitude, so I was gassed the rest of the game. Useless.
You showed up. Hero.
I scored.
Yeah.
Made an early impression. That's
Yeah.
what people remember.
First quarter player.
Illiterate doesn't mean you don't speak English, is what Raisel Ramon said. But who said it did?
No one said that.
No one said it did.
Let's each pick a guy that'll sign by tonight, and then we'll peacock like we won the lottery when it happens. Who do you got?
McHugh.
Buzzy.
Yeah.
I want the Mets to get him.
Oh, that adds up.
Yeah. Invite him to the office. Compare.
I don't want to compare.
I think you're going. Nice slug. Trev, who you got signing tonight?
I can barely hear you guys. I need to make an adjustment with this. It's not working out for us right now.
Who in the blowers?
Got the blower.
Who
going
you
on
got
right
signing tonight?
now. Sign tonight before this lockout.
Give me some juice.
I know. I'm looking for like a juice. I'm looking for a juice. I don't know if I see one.
Everyone's too old that's left. They don't care.
Kyle Schwarber signs tonight.
I like that. I'll go.
To the Royals?
You
he
have
goes to the
Schwarber
Braves.
the Royals?
Oh, the Braves.
Wow, Schwarber to the Braves. I like that.
I don't know. I totally just made that up. It's even. That's no.
I mean, it's
But
got
a guy like that could sign. No big name sign tonight.
The pitchers are moving more than the hitters. Give me no, because Rodon has to do like a big
Knievel.
time.
Choose Knievel.
Rodon has to do like a. Did he just sign? Rodon has to do like a big time.
He's already
physical.
been like rumored to be in advanced talks with the Phillies.
No,
So sounds like a great pick.
Sounds
Freddie-
like you can cheat.
Freddie gets it done tonight. He says, Dodgers, Yankees, Braves, give me your best offer by 11 p.m. Is that the deadline? When's the deadline?
Midnight.
So, yeah, Freddie signs.
I like that.
He wants to know
You
where
know
he's
what?
going.
People are gonna get real mad that I'm flipping here, but yeah, maybe that does happen, Jake. But
People
like
are mad.
Freddie doesn't want that. Maybe maybe
we
he
gotta,
tells him
we
that.
gotta end the
says,
show, Trev, because I got you locked in.
Yeah.
Schwarber to the Braves. I can't have you just
Braves.
change
Yeah.
it. To play first base because they're not in on Freddie. That's exactly what you said.
Give me your best offer, and he sees all the offers and goes, "Nah, I'm good."